guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome to Mama Shmoo's Homeschool Reviews, where I share all things about homeschool here on my channel. Today's video is a requested video because I shared my third grade curriculum choices with you guys, and I also share my first grade curriculum choices for my son on here. And a lot of you guys wanted a flip through on these to see if this would be a good fit for your homeschool. I wanted to share these with you guys. I thought it would be something that would be beneficial because I know that I've always looked into this curriculum and I really didn't give it a go because I wasn't sure on how to do it. So I will explain to you guys how I'm going to work on this with my kids. I don't know like the specific like dates and when I'm going to do it and what days I'm going to do it during the week, but I know the actual breakdown of how I'm going to teach them because I did do this, or my daughter did do this for her co-op this year for Latin, and she did Latin 1, so I figured let me teach Spanish because I've always wanted to teach them Spanish in more of like a structured way. Usually we would just do Spanish with like a really simple workbook, which is fine for their ages. We did Carson de Losa, so I will link that down below. It's like a $5 workbook, and I would use some flashcards, and then that would be some of the things that we would do in our morning basket, and that was all we needed. But they are getting older, and my daughter's going to be in third grade, and I thought it would be nice to start this off and do a very simple curriculum because my son, he's in first grade, and I think this is good as far as like doing it with both of them at the same time. So let me explain to you. This is the teacher edition. They also have the student book, which is their workbook. The student workbook comes with a Song School Spanish CD where you can listen to it in your car and practice some of the words and vocabulary, or you can do it at your home and just have the kids listen to it. But every lesson there is a song where you listen to it at the beginning of each chapter. So it's really well thought out. I love the layout. The reason why I know about the layout and how they do it is because I was able to teach one of the classes for co-op this year, and then I was like, I think I could do this at my house. So it is not very teacher intensive in my opinion. This is the teacher edition, and it's really simple. I'll open it up and show you guys what it contains, like the table of contents here. You could pause it if you want to like see what they'll be learning for the whole year. It's 31 chapters, so it's 31 weeks long. The last chapter is going to be review. It talks about what's inside of it, like the answer key, teaching tips, and then they also talk about the schedule, the activities, and extra practice in here. I think they do have like flashcards that you could purchase as well that I saw, but I did not buy those. And on this side, they have like a setup of day 1, day 2, and day 3, and what the students can do with using this curriculum. I don't know if I'm going to be going along with how they have it laid out. I only know from the co-op what they did, and we did it like once a week. My daughter did not do any prep during the week other than going to co-op, so with being at home, maybe we'll be able to do it like once or twice a week. It all depends on like what I want to do. I mean, you could probably do this 3 days like they say in the book, but all of these things I'm flipping through right now are the answer keys. So these are all the answers to all of the 31 chapters. And then for more practice, pages 86 through 126, they have all these additional activities to reinforce all the vocabulary for each chapter. So this is chapter 1, and then this is chapter 2. Chapter 3, they have a word search. Chapter 4, a crossword puzzle, so on and so forth. You can see each chapter has an additional page. This one has 2 pages because they have an answer key here. So this is just a bunch of additional activities. If your kids are a little older and you want more stuff to do, and you want them to be challenged a little more, or you want them to learn and just maybe your kids need a little more practice, this would be a good book for you. And then over here, after that, is just all the answer keys to all the additional activities. I'm going to show you guys the Song School Spanish student book. Now, just to let you guys know, because I know when you're on Amazon, sometimes it's kind of confusing. Like I had to figure it out myself. But if you do get a used workbook, it might have some writing in it. And you might have to erase it, which might not be the most excellent, but you could probably get a better price. I tried getting it used, and I couldn't see a lot of workbooks available. So I got them brand new, which is worth it because you get the Spanish CD set in the back. Now, if you get a used one, just like remember that you might not be getting the CD in the back, and that is a part of the curriculum. So the CD for all of the songs are the things that they're going to be other things going to be helping them learn the words, and then they're going to have a DVD. So I'm going to show you really quickly in the back. You get the physical DVD where you could actually watch it in your DVD player, or like I did, I got the streaming video. So I went online here on Classic Academic Press and I purchased their online video. So now I can watch it from the phone, I can watch it from my computer or the TV. So it's up to you guys. I will have the Amazon link for the DVD and this book and this teacher edition right here linked down below for you guys. And then I'll also do the book too. If you think that this is too easy for your kids and they already know basic Spanish, I would look into book 2. That is something that I thought that I might do, but then I realized since my son's going to do it with us, it would just be easier if I stick with the basics for this year because he's only in 1st grade. So here are the chapters. This is the CD track information and the songs that they're going to do. So there's 44 songs, and that's always fun. They're very short songs, but that's how we started off. With our co-op class, they play the CD, the schedule and the pacing of the curriculum. They talk about chapter lessons and grammar, a note about code switching, additional resources, a suggested schedule for teaching this book. So this is chapter 1. It might be a little different because it's the introduction, but the words to learn are always in bold right here, and then the English is right there. They have the chapter song. It tells you the track that to go to on the CD in the back of the workbook, and it has track number 2. Then they have track 3 and 4. So they go over 4 songs for the first lesson, which is usually it's just 1 track. So I think since you're beginning to use this book, they're gonna give you a few songs to get them like on board with what they're gonna be learning. And then chapter 1 is just something that the teacher will read out loud, and then you're gonna practice your Spanish. And a lot of the lessons are super simple. This one is already dotted out for you. So they're gonna be tracing hola and maestra and practicing A through I. And then they're gonna be drawing what they are instructing them to do in the box. And then you get to play a game. You have story time. You get to fill in the story with your teacher or your homeschool mom or your co-op teacher. You could easily do this in a co-op setting. Like I said, we did this year. I was not the teacher, but we had some really great teachers that had such a fun time. And at the end of the year, a couple of the parents helped out because the other teacher couldn't do it. And it was just fun. I was able to do one class, and then it made me realize that this is something that I could do with my kids. And I think my son will like it now since he's a little older. There is a puppet show you can do. There's little cutouts in the back of these that you can use for puppet shows. Your kids can color them. I think they're black and white. And then here is like fill in the blanks. Now, if your kids are too young to fill in the blanks, you could have them do it orally. My 3rd grader is definitely going to fill in the blanks, but my 1st grader, if he can't do it, it's fine. Maybe I'll just have him trace. So that is what I like about this. You can do things orally, or you can have them write things out. And so here's chapter 2. This was making friends and phrases to learn, which is right here. The chapter songs that they're going to go over, so that's 2 tracks. And the chapter lesson. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm sorry about that. After you do this, what we would do in our co-op class, the DVD set, you would have either the physical copy or the online copy, and you review what you learned in the lesson, and they will have a lesson done by a teacher that speaks really good Spanish, which I like because then I could figure out the pronunciation a little bit better. My husband is Spanish, but sometimes when I'm teaching the kids Spanish during the week, I realize I was saying the word wrong. So it's very helpful to have somebody that's a professional teacher speaking in Spanish to the kids so that they can get the best pronunciation, better than mine. So that is why I'm excited to use this program, because it's something you can open up and just literally open and go and do with the kids. And if you want to do extra activities, you can think of some creative games, or you can use the teacher edition. So I think it's going to work out for us this year. I'm going to try to do it really simple and not stress myself out. I'm going to show you a couple chapters in the beginning so you can see words and phrases and songs. The chapter lesson, this is practicing Spanish. They're going to be tracing upside down question marks and upside down exclamation marks. They're going to be practicing a Spanish phrase, and then practicing Spanish words and filling in blanks. And then this one says, ask 3 people how they are in Spanish and circle their responses. So some of them are fun things that they can actually do. Some of them are just circling the right word. I like how it's like very different. Some things are hands-on, some things they cut out, some things they have to just trace. So I like that there's writing involved. I like that they're learning the vocabulary words and actually figuring out how to spell it. So for my third grader, I'll have her try to memorize how to spell things, and then for my son, I'm not gonna have him like, you know, try to memorize it, but just know how to say it like orally. So chapter 4, they're going to go over some of the chapter 1 words, and chapter 2 and 3. So I like how they review at certain points of the books, and they're going to go over some of the songs, pronunciations, and they have all the songs written out for your readers that know how to read. So my daughter can follow along in the book. Oh, and then this is a little play that you're going to put on with the kids, the 3 Little Pigs. That's so cool. All right, so here is chapter 5. They're talking about family, and I'm going to go into the middle of the book, flipping through this so you can see like all of the different things that the kids will do. Now, I don't know if a first grader will be able to do everything, but I think he'll be able to participate to a certain extent. Like I said, do the tracing and the drawing, and we'll have some fun games. And definitely he'll love the songs on the CD, and then he'll definitely be able to watch the DVD. So I'm not expecting like too much, but I think it'll be really fun to like do Spanish a different way this year. So another thing that I was thinking about while I was doing this flip through for you guys is if you guys are doing a unit study about family or people or the human body, for instance, like we want to do that. So for chapter 21 and 22, they're talking about the body and the face. So if you want to incorporate that in like a little unit study, it's a really great way to do that. So chapter 15, they're talking about pets and animals in chapter 16. So I think it would be really cool if you're doing a unit study, like a science unit study or history unit study talking about family, you can incorporate these chapters in it. And then here is the alphabetical glossary. And then here are the little cutouts of the puppets. Your kids can color them. And here are some of the other things that accompany some of the workbook pages and exercises in the rest of the book. So that is it. And then, like I said, if you buy this new on Amazon or on their website, you will get the CD that comes with it. But if you buy it used and you want to just have one copy for one of your kids that's brand new, you can get the CD and then maybe do used for the other kids if it's too much. Or you can make copies of these. It's just a lot of time and energy, I think, to make copies of all these. It'd be definitely something to consider if you guys have a large family and you want to make copies to, you know, save money on it. So this is basically what you would be getting, the CD with this and the workbook, and then the teacher edition along with the DVD or the online video. So if you guys have any questions about this review or anything about it, let me know. This will be my first year doing the Spanish book 1, but like I said, my daughter has done the Latin from them. So if you're looking into Latin or French or any like Italian, they have lots of great programs as well. The same way that they do this, they have Song School Spanish for your students in those different languages. I really think that this is a really cool format for a classroom, for a co-op, or just for your family in general. If you're homeschooling, I think that this is fun, and it doesn't have to be too stressful because, like I said, the materials are all available to you and you just open and go, and maybe do a little bit of prep work before the lesson just so that you're on the same page as them as far as vocabulary. But like, I'm not going to be stressed out about this. I think this will work out for us this year, and I'm excited to see how it works out. And I will let you know. Let me know, give me a thumbs up and give me a comment down below, but let me know if you want me to do a review on this in the middle of the year, or if I've been working on it for like a month or so, I can check in and do a little video and let you know how it's going. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel and you want to see more videos like this, I would love to have you guys subscribe and join Mama Shmoo's Homeschool Reviews. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.